Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Legends Podcasting. I'm Stuart,
I'm Ross.
And I'm Rob.
and we're here for season 2, episode 9 of Stargirl. So, on last episode of Stargirl, which we watched literally 5 minutes ago, because we are very delayed due to UK government, media, petrol, drivers for petrol, all the crazy shit that goes on in the UK. Thank you very much.
Idiot
world.
protesters. Let's put them in there as well.
Oh yeah. Well, let's do all of them. So we're starting. So we're playing catch up. So So last week's episode of Stargirl was another dark one, man. Another one of Eclipso screwing around with the JSA once again. We had Beth and Rick being tormented this time.
One of them failed and one of them succeeded.
Yeah. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, let's talk about Rick. That was
his one was really dark.
That was brutal, man.
Because at least with Yonder's one, she didn't actually do anything. It was all in her head. But Rick's actually beating the shit out of his uncle.
Nearly killed someone.
Him. Yeah. And that was even after the teacher who was like, "Oh, you're just all that family. I'm not going to do that." She'd come to his house and gone, "Look, I made a mistake. You're a smart kid. Let's talk about getting you to where you need to be." And then it's like, no, now his uncle said you'll be in jail before you're in college, and by the end of the episode he's in the back of a police car. It's like, man, he's just.
I mean, the way this show's going on, man, did she actually show up?
I think she did.
Or was that a
I think she did.
I think she did.
Okay.
I reckon as soon as he left the forest with the apple, got in his car, that's when Eclipso got to
hit him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yes. We ended up with Rick destroying the hourglass from frustration.
Yeah.
He nearly beat the shit out of his.
Or did he?
Right now, I don't know what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
We're reaching Shyamalan levels of twist here.
Yeah. No, I think as soon as he woke up after he got hit by the staff, and he saw his uncle beating up, that he was out of it.
Yeah. So we got that, and then Grundy obviously seeing his friend be taken off in the police car. So I know he's going to try and maybe break him out.
I would think so.
So there was that, and also using Dr. Mid-Nite as we think Dr. Mid-Nite's daughter as the dead body in the river, even darker.
Because the thing is, she was in that yellow dress, but I'm trying to think, was the whole thing in black and white when we first saw it?
No, it was. The colours.
It did start off in black and white or something, didn't it? I can't remember. I got a feeling it was black and white, but maybe it wasn't.
So was that? Then we had Beth's one as well. So him, Eclipso, sort of telling Beth, again, like imagining the parents saying that basically it's all her fault that they're getting divorced. So since she was born, they basically grown apart and blah blah blah. And then also that she was not worthy of being the new Dr. Mid-Nite because she was never chosen. She just took them.
Yeah.
Some like really dark, again, cool scenes of him with that horrible little boy.
Yes.
I mean, he's a great
He's
actor.
playing it really well.
Yeah, he's a horrible little shit.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the interesting twist of her not giving in to the fear and actually Eclipso looking a bit. I wouldn't say he was in pain, but like looking a bit. I don't know, like he was like he couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. Like she'd overpowered him, kind of thing.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
by just not admitting to her fear, and then getting out of it, and then having Dr. Mid-Nite talk on the goggles to her. So like I saw the whole thing. Keep these goggles on because these can push through any of his visions, which is a really cool thing to have.
And he added her to the list of the JSA membership.
Yep.
Yeah.
Membership card is in the place.
You're gonna need a bigger purse or handbag. And also what you said to Ross in the last episode about the sort of throwaway line of, "Oh, you've got my other pair of goggles."
Yeah.
Like there's two or like older pair of goggles. So whether he's got like a newer pair and he's stuck in the shadow realm.
It would make sense, wouldn't it? Because if he went out to fight them in that final battle of the first episode, he's wearing got sucked in, and his old pair was back at the JSA, and that's what Pat packed up in the suitcase.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But then what happened to how did he get Wildcat's clothes or Owlman's clothes? Was Owlman there at the farm?
Well, they all died, didn't they?
Yeah,
so he would have taken them off their dead body.
That's pretty dark, but yeah, okay, true.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't, but maybe when they got taken to the coroner or whatever, they took it off, and he received all of their belongings.
That's true. Oh yeah, that would happen. But Owlman wasn't in the final fight, was he? Because he got killed by Grundy.
Yeah. So then maybe they would have taken his stuff as like a what's it called, a trophy, not trophy, but the hall memorial, put it on the plinth.
Yeah. That's why his was still there.
So Courtney got it from anyway, right?
Yeah,
makes sense. Cool. Anyway, doesn't really make a difference. So we have that as well. So then we now have. So basically, there was no Owlman because he broke the hourglass. There's no Wildcat.
And he's in jail.
Yeah. There's no Wildcat. There's like a damaged Cosmo star.
Cosmo, yeah, got a name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then right at the end, it looked like Eclipso was coming after Barbara and Bloody Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, was it him or was it?
What, High School Junior?
Yeah. Because it was ice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Is that because he's changing the weather to be extra cold now?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think why High School Junior would.
Yeah, I know. So I didn't think it. I was like, why would he come after him?
Because he's not got a reason to yet, has he? Because no one's come after him. Well,
no one's pissed him off. I mean, the Eclipso took out his teacher, his art teacher. But that wouldn't. Why would he go after Barbara?
Unless Eclipso's shown him what actually.
Who killed him, and it was them.
Yeah. Maybe.
Don't know. I feel like it's just Eclipso changing the weather. Now it's winter time.
Yeah.
Because it's like autumn time in the middle of July. It's like fast forwarding the season.
Well, the more powerful he gets, it's colder and more.
Yeah, maybe.
He gets, right? So it makes sense. Yeah, because even I mean, High School Junior sort of character in my head, even though Eclipso might show him that oh, by the way, this kid killed your dad and like actually.
Oh, I suppose he did kill his dad, didn't he?
Yeah.
Technically.
And like Courtney Stargirl, I don't know if he would just go armed and go and kill these people. He doesn't seem the kind of person that would.
No, he's
kill
not,
someone.
because he was never brought up with knowledge that his dad was, I suppose, a villain, but have powers or any of that kind of stuff. He doesn't know any of that kind of world, so he's the good person he is still in his heart. Because when Cindy turned up to try and recruit him, he told her to fuck off, didn't she? So it's like, yeah.
Well, the other thing as well, you got to think about it with like Rick and Grundy, where they were friends, and as soon as he found out that he killed that kid, he went mental when to kill Grundy. So it could be a very similar situation. He's like, Mike killed your dad, and he just goes, the anger and the rage takes over, and he's able to manipulate him more. Don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's get on with it. And guys, just before we jump into this episode of Stargirl, I just want to thank everyone who subscribed over the last few weeks. We've really been boosting up our numbers, but if you watch this right now and you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. The only way we can grow this channel and start doing this sort of more regularly is by your support. So we really need you to subscribe, tell your friends about us, share the links, and also if you really want to support us, head over to our Patreon, sign up there as well, see the full reactions to this episode as well as the rest of the shows we react to. So let's jump into Stargirl.
Oh, decades ago.
Another funky flashback.
Where are we now?
It's JSA headquarters. Lost Societies.
By Bruce something. Oh, that's the kid.
Oh, that's the Explorer.
It might be the kid, yeah.
That's the Explorer that brought the diamond back, wasn't it? Bruce Gordon.
Oh, is that why the kid said, my name's Bruce? Maybe he's gone back to the kid first.
Shit. He's the first person Eclipso took.
I wish I never brought you better.
Yeah, he's got the diamond in his hand.
Oh,
How
shit.
strange. You never cursed me while I was helping you find fame and fortune.
I don't want this anymore.
But we have so much more to do.
You leave me alone!
Throw the diamond away, man.
Yeah.
Put the diamond down. You can't, can you?
Oh, shit.
Is he going to end up shooting the diamond?
Shoot himself.
You've broken everything.
I am here for you.
Don't trust him.
You lost her once. You let her go. Her husband's the only thing that stands between you.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Nothing else.
I won't kill anyone.
I'll do it. Let me take control and you'll never be alone again. You
Shoot the diamond.
me.
Shit. That little boy's in the picture, right? Surely.
Yeah, that was kid.
So it was him as a young boy, or was that his son?
Yeah, it could be his son.
They're sending us all home. Storm's rolling in. We haven't got much time.
I hope that's why I like Barbara so much. She's left-handed.
Evil. Evil.
Even left-handed. It's a big old
Storm's coming, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh! I just saw that. Just saw that.
He's in this episode.
Okay, well, we're not going to be down in the basement for a month, all right?
It's just for
Did
tonight.
you say we should prepare for the worst? Watch out, he's on the move.
Rick's hearing was canceled.
Right, we're going to see what we can do after the storm clears.
This storm isn't passing, and you know that. He's getting stronger. So Beth and I decided we're not waiting around anymore.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but what does that mean?
We have to go after him with whoever and whatever we have left.
Yeah,
Since you don't know how the JSA stopped him last time, We're gonna have to figure it out ourselves.
Call the Flash. Call the Flash. Where'd that come from?
Flashback.
Flash.
Oh, is it? Oh shit, it's gonna be actual. Oh, we also more than just an episode. More than just.
Rebecca Mid-Nite, give you peace.
You know, if a thunderbolt could help, I would ask.
So he was part of the team when it happened. Okay.
Yeah.
How could someone do that to a child?
We have to stop it.
We will, Rex.
Oh yeah.
Pat, we're in public.
Right. Sorry.
He's geeking out.
Fellow Stripe-E.
Hi.
But it's called
Got
Eclipso.
so much good
Where does it
goosebumps
come
right
from?
now.
The members ask the questions.
It comes from an island. We believe it was brought back here by an explorer named Bruce Gordon. Myra, please.
No! You weren't there! You didn't see what it did to our little girl!
Moira, that was the name of his wife, right?
Yeah.
Bruce's wife is what I mean.
Oh.
The guy on the picture.
That's Mona, wasn't it?
Is that why he went after her? Because it was this child that he didn't have. This is Eclipso, isn't it? Fucking weird.
Yeah, massively.
Oh, the
Oh,
coffin.
there's a coffin in the back.
Fucking hell.
Bloody hell, okay. Oh, shit, I was gonna say, is it gonna open?
Oh,
fucking hell.
Is the kid gonna be in there?
Hell no. Oh, it's the secret, right? It's the secret. Flower's gone. Is his cut gun? God, that's creepy, man. It's such a creepy show.
We know your goggles can see through his illusions. We also know the staff heard Eclipso before. Yolanda hasn't called me back either.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, not Mike.
What's he gonna see?
Icicle?
That's mostly why it's cold. Because he's get like.
Yeah. Just a load of ice cubes on the floor.
Is cut even there anymore? Oh, it is. If the plant wasn't actually there, how's he cut himself?
It's in his mind, isn't it? He hasn't cut himself.
What do we do now? Dr. McNider was my friend too, Sylvester. I want to be a part of getting justice for his daughter. I know I'm not on the team, but please, Sylvester, this is different.
I know it is.
Is that
Shade!
No, if the Shade wanted to fight, he wouldn't be staring us down in broad daylight. We'll talk later about getting you more.
He's a bit, for being his friend, he's a bit of a dick to him, isn't he?
What did the Shade tell him? You would know a good bar is.
They'll be gone. So Shay said the same thing to him as he did to Barbara. Oh, it's Barbara. Oh no!
Another feeling, love.
This is too real! This is too
She
real!
must live in the UK. She must live in the UK.
Eclipso is fucking up. That's what it is. Jesus Christ!
I mean, to be fair, that's happened recently
that's
in the
the
UK.
UK.
Sunny, they're really raining.
If Starman turns up, we're gonna think it's an illusion.
Oh shit, yeah.
what happened?
He took my hat.
Sylvester.
What we're facing, it's not human. Shade called it a spiritual parasite. Bruce Gordon found it, and now it's possessed him. And he told me how we can stop it.
But why would the Shade help us?
I saw fear in his eyes. When he told me that he had faced it before, he called it real evil. The only way to stop it is to kill the host.
Killing another human?
That's what. Is that what the JSA had to do?
When the host dies.
Kill Bruce. Oh.
If this thing somehow possessed someone, we gotta exorcise it. We have to save him. That's the code the JSA lives by.
Yes, of course.
So take this stuff. Not going anywhere with it.
And this loaded 48 revolver.
That's the one rule they had to break.
Oh.
What the fuck is that?
That was Bruce.
Him and...
Oh shit! So they didn't kill the host.
Oh shit!
I was just waiting for him.
Or a vision of High School Junior.
Cameron?
Oh, yes.
I got caught in the storm. I didn't know where else to go. Is Courtney here?
She's upstairs.
Where's your mom?
So is that actually him, or is that
that's-
Eclipso?
That's Eclipso.
That's Eclipso.
No, don't get out the car! What are you doing? No signal.
Yeah.
Hello, Barbara.
Oh,
Fuck!
Have a lot to catch up on, don't we?
He's there. The son's at the house. Oh my god.
Family face-off.
Nice fire.
I told you can go up and see Courtney if you want.
Must be nice. To be part of a family like this. I was close with my dad, too.
So you murdered him.
You sure you're not cold?
Is it cold? You know, I lost my mother when I was 8. Hey, she's your step-mother, right? So I guess her loss won't be that hard on you. Won't be as bad as when your real mother abandoned you, will it?
Who told you that?
A friend also told me about my father.
Oh, this is Eclipso.
You ran him over.
It was an accident.
This is actually him coming because Eclipso's told him.
Oh, I don't know.
Or is it all in Mike's head?
Mike's head, it's got to be.
I don't think so.
You didn't.
Courtney!
Chill.
Oh.
This is Eclipso.
Yes.
Eclipso? No, this storm is my doing. It's my rebirth. I would have protected you and Courtney from all of this other nonsense.
It's not real.
Now it's time I hurt you.
No one is coming to save you, Mike.
Buddy! Yeah! Kill! No, you dare.
Don't kill the dog.
Yeah.
Everyone in this house is going to die.
You're insane.
No, I was in love, Barbara. I was in love!
Barbara?
Oh.
He's not real.
There's no escaping me, Barbara.
Let Barbara ignore this nightmare and start the bloody car.
I will haunt you and your family forever.
She's beginning to believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shade. Oh, well.
Yeah, well done, Shade.
I need Emily.
Who's Emily?
Yeah, good question.
Wife or daughter, I'm guessing.
You killed my dad, so I get to kill your dad. And you thought you were going to be some kind of hero? Unwanted by the JSA. Like you were unwanted by your own mother.
What happened to it? What did actually happen to his mum?
Mike?
Yeah.
Gord, look out!
What is it?
Cameron's here and he's freaking out.
No one is here.
Kill Buddy.
Oh, he's alright, he's alright! He's alright! Oh. Come out, Eclipso. You should, don't be afraid of him. I'd just be like, come out, Eclipso, what do you want?
More flashbacks.
It doesn't exist anymore.
I thought Courtney took that and modified
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
he did. It's in his head, right?
It's covered in blood. Yeah.
Oh, don't wash your hands.
She's going to be down there just doing it all over and over again. Yeah. The sink will be full of blood and then...
Dead Starman?
That's Bruce again.
No, that's Bruce again. Why,
Yeah.
why are we seeing Bruce? Blow the door open!
Well, him and Thunderbolt, they had to stay behind, didn't they? They'd just done it.
Hey!
Yeah!
In the costume.
We need an odd number in case of a tie.
Oh, he's
Tie for what?
deciding.
Freelancer and the Spectre couldn't stop it.
Spectre?
Dr. Fate, the Hawks.
Shit.
Eclipso beat them all.
Oh!
We're out of time. Comes down to it, we gotta do what the Shade said and take out the host.
Oh, did Pat side with Starman?
Talking about killing a man? I mean, it goes against everything that we stand for.
We? You ain't a member of this team, Stripesy.
That's enough, Ted.
Sorry.
We came together to find justice, not vengeance.
Let's vote. I'm a yes.
I'm obviously a no.
If there's no other choice, if it comes down to it, I'm gonna do what we have to.
Pat,
He shouldn't get a vote.
he does.
Vote no.
Starman.
It's like Starman says, there's always a way. So it's down to Sylvester. 2 for, but 3 against.
My vote's a yes.
What?
Eclipso threatened my family too. I'll do whatever it takes to protect them.
I won't take part in this.
Get the car ready.
No. Walk away.
Right now.
He was such a dick. I really don't like Starman at all.
No.
So if he didn't Vote to kill.
Come off.
So you went to the Stormtrooper school of...
You had a choice, and you made it.
Oh, it's all of them behind him.
And yourselves.
Oh, just in time.
Okay.
We need to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they actually go through with it though, or not?
Yeah.
Those three must have done. Well,
Well, they must have done it because the diamond was hidden in the archives.
What's Buddy's worst nightmare going to be?
No food.
Yeah.
What did you see?
Bruce Gordon.
What haven't you told me, Pat?
Yeah, go on, tell her.
Never told you how the JSA really stopped Eclipso.
Where'd you go with them?
Don't tell me Eclipso's taking them out and he's the one that has to kill Bruce.
That's the diamond in there.
What happened? You were right. JSA should never take a life. Too late.
Shit, I did it.
We need to get this to storage. Drive.
Wait a minute.
Damn it, drive, Pat. It's over.
So first semester do it by himself, or where's Wildcat in that? I know, man.
Why does he need Pat to drive him? Why can't he fly on the star?
Lazy son of a bitch.
Maybe he can't fly with
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
Everyone just drifted away after that.
It broke the JSA.
The ISA reformed, but that was a lot of years later.
That's why they got beaten. They ran a team.
Well, they were never the same.
Yeah.
They were broken. And that's why the ISA won in the end. Killing Bruce Gordon. When the JSA did that, wound up killing them.
We promised. No more secrets. You've been lying to me for weeks, Pat. What's my mom going to say?
She knows.
She already knows. She told me to keep it a secret?
She knows.
Is this Eclipso manipulating her as well?
I mean, if I think he needs to, it's kind of like...
Yeah, but he'll amplify it, right?
Now it's driving that family apart as well.
Kid's going to be outside laughing, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. Yep. There's that little shit.
I've won.
I hate that laugh so much.
God, shotgun and just take that motherfucker out.
I love it. It's so good.
I hope that is not John Wesley Shipp's only fucking cameo appearance, man.
Well, it's a flashback, yeah.
Still good, though. Ties it all up.
Yeah, I do like the way he was the integral part of the team, being like, "Well, I'm not killing anyone." Like, Rosa's like, "Well, we are, so fuck you."
I mean, every time we see the old Starman in flashback, he's always such a dick to Pat.
Yeah, he really is. I don't understand why Pat's like, "Oh, he was my best friend." You've got the worst best friend ever, mate. He was an absolute tool to you.
Oh man.
But I say, so we sort of we called that right? That like they did something they couldn't come back from.
Yeah.
That's what broke them up.
It's like, why else would they break up if they'd done something? It sounded like Eclipso basically did what he's doing to this team now. Half of the Doctor Fate, the Hawks, they say the Spectre got taken down as well.
Yeah, the Spectre couldn't stop him.
But they obviously all fell underneath the mind control trickery and fell apart. And then when it was just down to the core team, they chose to kill someone, and that broke the team entirely. They never came back from it. Jesus Christ, it's dark, man.
So we blame the Shade.
Yeah.
Well, I can't understand why the shade wouldn't kill him. Like, why wouldn't the shade just kill him? Or like, I mean, I don't know lots about the JSA characters, but I kind of think Wildcat wouldn't have a problem with killing someone.
No. Well, he was gung ho for it. He's probably the one that he is probably the one that landed the killing blow. If we have to be honest, on
but
Bruce.
I mean, I'm kind of guessing that because if Starman had like more blood on the staff or something, then I'd be like, oh shit, Starman did it, but. Because maybe I kind of think Starman might be the only one that could have done it, because the Eclipso can't hurt, the staff can't be hurt by...
But then again, that Eclipso wasn't fully out of the diamond then, he was just controlling Bruce, whereas this Eclipso doesn't have a prison to go back into anymore, or a host, it's just free. So
I mean, I could see Starman kind of holding Eclipso, power in the back, and then Grant just punching the shit out of him, and that's why the blood splattered on his shirt. Would be my guess. Pummeled him to the ground. I don't know. Maybe both him and Iron Man would just go and hammer on him.
Or just break his neck could be easier. Yeah.
Or shoot.
Or trying to beat Eclipso out of him maybe first, then realizing that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Having to do it. It's kind of a cool reason why the JSA then broke up. Like they all realised that it had to be done, but it still broke them all, which means they just split up.
And then the heart wasn't in it when they finally had to come back and take out. I wonder if the ISA were coming back, because if they put that diamond in storage, maybe they wanted it, and they went in, and that's maybe why the Shade didn't do it, because if he wasn't involved, they couldn't find out what he was doing, so that they couldn't get their hands on it.
Maybe.
Because it makes sense, because they said, didn't the Shade say that the only reason he fought with the ISA was because their interests aligned? If he's been looking for the diamond all this time and it's in JSA storage, you need the JSA out the way to get to it. So, take the JSA out and then you can get to it. But then obviously the ISA probably double-crossed him and took it into their storage, which is why it's in the Wizard's house all this time.
And he didn't know where they took it.
Yeah. But, if he's obviously come across Eclipso multiple times in his lifetime, and
he said he's fought him before, right?
Yeah.
So now he knows how to kill him.
And it's also where he gets his power from. It's from the same place as well.
But it's curious that he isn't powerful enough to take him out, though, because obviously he's tried to get the diamond several times through trickery now, and he only came to rescue Courtney in that lot when they fought the Eclipso, because he had no other choice, because he wanted to try and get there before it got out, but then it broke out anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you think whenever Eclipso's in the diamond and dormant, Shade's more powerful, and then because he's broken out of it, it's just taking some of Shade's power away?
Could be.
They're sharing the same power base.
It might be that he's just more powerful. Full stop. I mean, if he's taking out everybody else, I'm really curious to see how they defeat him in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not going to do the same thing.
They're not going to kill him. They're going to be better than the original JSA.
There's no host to kill.
Yeah. So the only way you can do it now is to banish it back to whatever dimension or plane or existence that it came from in the first place. So.
I wonder, could you see the Shade giving up his power to then imprison him?
Could be.
Maybe
he could swap him out for Dr. Mid-Nite.
Yeah.
The reason why he's in there, one person always has to be in there. And he's like, you stay in here until we can switch you out. So I don't know.
I think it'd kind of be cool if they could find some sort of magical technological way of doing it, of trapping him again. Not in the diamond, in something else.
What you mean in a construct?
Green
prison.
Fire him into space.
An elevator and just fire him up into a rocket.
Good luck.
I think the other thing that might overpower them is if they finally get over his evil that is destroying them all and become like Beth and they believe in themselves, that he has no power against them and they all can just take him out. I think that's going to happen.
But if that's the final secret Pat was keeping from Courtney about what happened to the JSA, then it's all now out in the open. They just have to come together again and start trusting each other. So
I think if she calms down, she'll sort of understand why him and her mum didn't want, because if they told her before, and then she saw Yolanda and Rex like that, maybe even when Cindy was being possessed, she'd be like, "Well, I'm going to go and kill Cindy then and do it," and have no thought or
Well, they already kind of went down that route a little bit, didn't they? When Yolanda was telling everyone I killed someone, and they were all not knowing how to react, and she was like, "Well, that's fine. I'll just be the one JSA member that kills. I'm happy with that." And they were like, that started them all drifting apart. So it's like
they've already had their JSA kind of moment.
Yeah, history repeating. So
And who's Emily?
Yeah, good question.
Be like, I need to find Emily. Who the hell's Emily?
No, I did like the fact that he's obviously keeping an eye on things, even though he's wounded. He's like dropping into Barbara's car to help her out.
I love that. I really cool that they brought the actor back to play high school. Was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just for that one scene as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might be back at more, but just for that one point. But yeah, then he was just like, "God damn it, brother! You just started the car.
Start the bloody car."
It's all in your head.
I think with Cameron was pretty cool as well, because I can see that being Mike's biggest fear, that Cameron finds out and
kills his dad,
kills Buddy.
Ah man, another great episode.
Oh, I just don't know where they're going to take it from here. It's just like it's gone so dark from the happy, preppy sort of like we beat the ISA, we're the good guys at the start of the season to like
Definitely. It's quite I kind of would like to see, like, I know there's Stargirls at the show. I kind of wouldn't mind to see like a JSA show with the actors they got in for the JSA, just to see more about them. But I don't know. As you said at the beginning of this, like, just that Starman is just.
So if you did a show, obviously it'd be set before it. You'd know the ending.
Exactly. Yeah, I get it. So maybe some more flashbacks would be quite cool. It's kind of cool to them, just like, it'd be nice to see them working in their prime. Yeah. And also maybe Starman wasn't such a dick like earlier on, because at the moment he seems like a proper. Yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, I don't know why Pat. I don't know. Maybe it's just because Pat's just a good person. He understood the greater cause, because the fact like Ted, I don't know about Rex, but definitely Ted and Sylvester. Jay would be like Ted and Sylvester were like, you're not even a member of the team, you don't get to talk, kind of thing. So even when like Jay showed up and he's like asking questions, he goes, only members ask questions, you're not allowed to. It's like I'm sorry, fuck you. Like, I'd be like, just
a different time. Sidekicks were treated for them.
They literally treat him like such a dick, and I was just like, I mean, Sylvester, even at the beginning of the first ever episode when he was like, make sure the staff goes to someone,
not you,
not you, and it's like, even in his dying breath, he was still an arsehole to his current best friend. Like, if he does show up later in the season, like, I think Pat should just punch him in the face.
I like
go away.
Like,
you know, I want him to turn up and think that he's the leader again, and he's out of the loop, nothing, and then everybody else is way above him, and he's now like the sidekick at the bottom. Got no stars, he's got no powers. Yeah. He doesn't know what's going on.
Everyone looks to Pat. Everyone looks to Pat for to be the leader. And he's like, Stripesy.
And then he then is in the same shoes as what Pat was, and then he kind of sympathises with him and apologises. That's what I'd like to see.
That'd be I could see that'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
It's either that or was it Courtney's real dad when Pat just decked him, and that was just like, yes, just see that again.
You're lucky I'm busy.
Yeah.
I've got a busy day.
Yeah.
He does come back as a Royal Flash gang at some point, though. That's so good.
Oh man, but it was great seeing John Wesley Shipp. Even in brief, he just brings such a commanding role to that Flash, and this is
yeah.
It's like 3 roles of the Flash, 4 roles of the Flash. Pretty damn good.
He just is everything that embodies the Flash. Is great.
It's great that he's up for it as well, coming back for it and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, the amount of times he's been like, he's like, all right, you're going to be Barry's dad, but we're going to kill you off. And he's like, then you're going to be Jay Garrick, but you lose your powers. And then he's like, you're going to be the original Flash you were in the 80s, but we'll kill you off. It's like, and he's like, do you want to come back for Stargirl? I was like, yeah, sure. It's like,
and it's the same costume as well from the Flash.
Yeah, I really love that costume.
Yeah, it works so well.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see if they do, because I know they got this like 5-part crossover for the CW, whether Stargirl's going to be involved in that. Because I'd love to see Stargirl like meet the other heroes. Like,
it's a shame though, because Supergirl won't be going anymore, will it? So it's a shame. Because that'd be cool to see her. And oh well.
Maybe
who would you have? You have Flash, Batwoman, Superman go into that, I guess. The Legends of Tomorrow, Stargirl.
Green Lantern, John Diggle.
Are we ever going to see that?
I saw the cameo of him in Stargirl on YouTube, and it's like really boring. I was like, Supergirl, yeah. But it's like his last line. He's kind of like, but that doesn't even say anything.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I thought that 5-part was meant to be a John Stewart sort of Flash. It's a Flash thing, isn't it? It's a Flash thing. It's a 5-part Flash.
It's a part.
I wonder. I've got a real good feeling it might even be tied to the movie.
You think? They did bring Ezra Miller into the crossover, didn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they have stated, the director of the film has said this will tie every DC thing together. Because obviously we got Michael Keaton in it, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's definitely got old stuff in it. It's got Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck's in it,
so it's got the new stuff. We've seen him in that. Will it tie everything together? And I just that'd be amazing.
It'd be like the So we had Crisis when they thought they destroyed the multiverse, but it's separated out into the CW and these little spots around. They don't know each other.
Yeah.
But it'd be like when in the comics when they found out the multiverse was still around, and it's like, and obviously you had Barry explain the multiverse theory to Ezra Miller's Flash, so that's there too.
Yeah.
So
Because it'd be a good way of doing it, because it's going to be a shame now from CW that there won't be any crossovers because they're all separate. Well, some of them are in the same universe, but a lot of them are separated. It's like, no, we're opening up again for new crossovers. So Doom Patrol, Titans, Stargirl, with all the old CW and Lois, and the Lois.
You imagine the Doom Patrol team. So funny. Probably them meeting the Flash and everyone. They'd be like,
just so weird.
I mean,
he would be swearing all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't fly in the CW.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I used to imagine, what would his reaction to be like? I can't even imagine some of his reaction.
I can imagine him swearing all over the place, but it just gets bleeped out, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" Go like full meta stuff.
Yeah, the cosmic law of that universe. You can't swear too badly.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
He tries to swear, and he just says like sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like, what? So when I
sandwiches, sandwich.
Get down, you sponge.
Not a sandwich, piece of sandwich.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what it does.
Very interesting.
Oh man, I can't wait for next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I think we've had like everyone have their worst fear shown, right? So.
Apart from Courtney.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
Maybe her proximity to the staff means she can't get whammied quite as hard, but
But she made it more difficult.
But she's still
obviously.
I mean,
what would her worst fear? I don't even know what her worst fear is.
Well, it would be. I imagine everyone in the JSA dying and then blaming herself for it. I could see that be one. The family being destroyed and separated. Like her mum's lied to her, Pat's lied to her. She's on her own.
That's coming true. That's coming true though.
Maybe that's why Eclipso can't get to her because of the staff. So if he takes everybody else around her, she'd be on her own anyway.
Yeah, makes sense.
Take her out for real rather than imaginary kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you think Dr. Mid-Nite? No, I was saying because it's like Dr. Mid-Nite didn't show up in any of the flashbacks after the funeral. Do you think he stopped being Dr. Mid-Nite after that?
Yeah, because the wife was said to him, it was your fault. You were on call, maybe heroing rather than there when she needed you. So he's obviously retired to look after what's left of his family, and then got called back into action that one last time to fight the ISA, and then got taken by Shade. So.
Yeah, I could see because we saw Shade sort of standing there by that tree and then having a word with Starman. I can see him doing the same thing in that fight to Dr. Mid-Nite and explaining to him, and then he puts him in that realm, and it's a plan. I can see that happening.
Well, find out.
Find out next week, hopefully.
Same bad channel, same bad time.
Same YouTube reaction channels. Maybe same time if the petrol goes back. So, guys, that's episode 9 of Stargirl. What do you think about? Come and let us know. So we finally had the magnificent John Wesley Shipp back as Jay Garrick, the man, the legend. I need to go Comic-Con and meet him.
Oh yes.
And just hug him. And just say thank you. Anyway, but yeah, I wonder. Sorry, just a moment then.
Eclipso's got the Stuart. He's just dreaming.
Well, sorry, I was thinking about something else. Right. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on the episode. What do you think is now going to happen moving forward in this episode? And how the hell are they going to beat Eclipso if the only way to kill him is to kill a host and he's not even in his body anymore? Makes no sense. I'd love to know your thoughts and theories on that. And yeah, if you were watching this right now and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. The only way we can keep this channel growing and going is with your support. So please subscribe, tell your friends about us, and if you want to, you can subscribe to our Patreon as well. See the full reaction of this episode, as well as all the other episodes. And also we're on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Links in the description below there. And we also do podcasts. So anyway, you listen to podcasts, type Legends Podcasting, you'll find us there. And we'll see you for next week's episode of Stargirl, hopefully in the same room.